The COVID-19 pandemic is making it tougher for family and friends to say goodbye to loved ones. While funeral services are deemed essential and remain open, some workers say they fear for their safety.
None of us want to be sick either. None of us can afford to be sick. There's only so many of us in the province.
This funeral director, who doesn't want to be identified, says although she recognizes the importance of funeral homes being open right now, she doesn't feel prepared or completely safe against COVID-19.
We actually have some basic supplies, but we're even being told to reuse our masks or use them even if they're expired.
We do not get priority with what we call PPE, personal protective equipment, and understandably. I mean, the first priority is those frontline workers, those nurses and those doctors.
The number of COVID-19 related deaths continue to grow in the province, a concern for funeral workers.
The fear is that the actual family members are more contagious than the actual deceased person.
But even the actual deceased person could carry the virus for up to 36 hours, according to Dr. Adil Khan. So that means there's a risk a funeral service worker could get the virus while in contact with an infected body, even though the virality decreases. As of right now, for people who work at funeral homes, what safety measures are they taking in case somebody does pass with COVID-19 and comes to that funeral home?
The doors are locked. You have to make an appointment. Most funerals, all of the funerals that we're dealing with right now, we try to do remotely through the internet and on telephone. We just try to keep our staff separated from the families.
The owner of Makubri Funeral Home says the government is mandating burials and cremations to be done in a timely fashion to avoid backlog. But services such as celebrations of life and memorials are being delayed. And so is the grieving process because of social distancing measures.
When a family loses a loved one, they want to deal with the service immediately. They don't want to have to wait and prolong this agony until months down the road when they finally have their public service. It's very painful for the family not to have that kind of closure.
Makubri says people are choosing to hold virtual services right now where they may webcast a graveside funeral service. Others are recording them and choosing to distribute them later. A realistic and safe way to say goodbye. Maleeha Sheik, City News.